In a world full of chaos and uncertainty, how do we know when Allah is watching over us? When things go wrong, when life takes unexpected turns, we often feel lost and confused. But what if I told you that these moments could actually be signs of Allah's divine protection? Today, we're diving into the five unmistakable signs that Allah is guarding you, protecting you from harm, and guiding you through the toughest moments of your life. So, whether you're going through hardships or you're simply seeking to understand the hidden blessings in your life, this video will open your eyes to Allah's mercy and protection all around you. Signs Allah is protecting you from harm. You won't believe these signs. Let's get into it. Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover could change the way you see every challenge in your life. Sign 1: Unexpected detours and obstacles in your plans. One of the signs that Allah is protecting you from harm is when things don't go as planned, and you encounter unexpected detours or obstacles. It's natural to feel frustrated when things don't go according to our desires, but in Islam, this can be a hidden blessing. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, sometimes places obstacles in our path to protect us from harm we can't foresee. We may make plans with a certain goal in mind, but Allah is the ultimate planner. When you experience delays, rejections, or sudden changes in direction, it can be a sign that Allah is steering you away from something that wouldn't be beneficial or safe for you. These detours are often Allah's way of keeping you from situations, people, or decisions that could bring hardship or negative consequences. Example: imagine someone planning to travel but suddenly faces issues with their visa or experiences a flight cancellation. Initially, it feels disappointing, but later they might learn of events that happened on that trip that would have put them in harm's way. In this case, what felt like a setback was actually a form of protection from Allah. Quranic reference. Allah says in the Quran, "But perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you know not." Quran 2216. This verse reminds us that Allah's wisdom is greater than ours, and sometimes what we see as a disappointment is actually a form of divine protection. Sign 2: Removal of certain people from your life. Another sign that Allah may be protecting you from harm is when certain people are unexpectedly removed or distanced from your life. This can be confusing and even painful, especially if you had a strong bond or trust in these individuals. However, in Islam, it's believed that Allah sometimes removes people who are not beneficial for your spiritual or emotional growth, even if you don't realize it right away. When someone exits your life, it may be because they were leading you away from your true path, fostering negativity, or would have caused you harm in the future. Allah, in His mercy, knows what is best for us and may take action to remove harmful influences from our lives. This form of protection can prevent unhealthy attachments, toxic relationships, or harmful influences that could disturb your peace or divert you from a righteous path. Example: imagine you have a friend who begins influencing you to skip prayers or engage in actions that contradict your values. Although you may feel close to them, you notice that circumstances start to pull you apart. Perhaps they move to a different city, your schedules no longer align, or conflicts arise that distance you. While you might feel sadness or confusion, this distance can actually be Allah's way of removing a potentially negative influence from your life, allowing you to grow closer to Him without distraction. Quranic reference. The Quran teaches us that Allah is our ultimate protector, and whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. Quran 65:3. By trusting Allah's wisdom, we can understand that He sometimes separates us from people or situations that may lead us away from what is best. Sign 3: Sudden and unexpected peace. During moments of stress or danger, a powerful sign that Allah is protecting you from harm is experiencing sudden, inexplicable peace or calmness during moments of stress, fear, or danger. This feeling of tranquility, despite the circumstances, is a sign that Allah's protection is surrounding you. It's as if Allah shields your heart and mind from panic, allowing you to maintain composure in situations where others might feel overwhelmed. This divine peace is often experienced during times of extreme hardship, such as facing illness, financial struggles, or even moments of physical danger. You might feel a deep sense of confidence, trust, or assurance in Allah, as if you know everything will be okay, even if the situation seems bleak. Example: imagine you're traveling and get caught in a dangerous situation, such as being in the middle of a car accident or an earthquake. While everyone around you is panicking, you remain calm and collected. almost as if you're not affected by the chaos. After the event passes, you reflect and realize that despite the overwhelming circumstances, you felt calm and protected throughout it all. This peace could be Allah's protection, helping you stay grounded and safe in a moment when others might have been consumed by fear. Quranic reference. In the Quran, Allah says, "Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Quran 13:28. This verse emphasizes that Allah's presence and protection bring peace to the heart, especially in difficult times. Sign 4. Feeling of intuition or inner warning. A powerful sign that Allah is protecting you from harm is a sudden feeling of intuition, or an inner warning that prevents you from making a decision or taking an action that could lead to negative consequences. This feeling might manifest as a strong sense of unease or a gut feeling that something isn't right, even when there is no immediate evidence of danger. In Islam, this feeling is considered a form of divine protection, as Allah sometimes guides the hearts of His believers through what may seem like subtle inner warnings. It could be that Allah is using your instincts or subconscious mind to keep you from harm, whether it's avoiding a dangerous situation, not trusting someone who may bring harm, or not engaging in a risky or unethical decision. This intuitive feeling often emerges when we're about to make a choice that could bring harm or is against Allah's guidance. It might be the kind of quiet inner voice that tells you to avoid a particular path, even though you can't fully explain why. Example. Imagine you're invited to an event or a gathering, and everything seems fine, but as the time approaches, you feel an overwhelming sense of unease. You decide to cancel at the last moment, and later you find out that something went wrong at the event, or it turned out to be a harmful situation. This intuitive feeling, which you couldn't explain at the time, was likely Allah's way of protecting you by preventing you from being in that situation. Quranic reference. Allah says in the Quran, "And Allah is the best of protectors, and He is the most merciful of the merciful." Quran 1264. This verse reassures believers that Allah's protection comes in many forms, including through unseen guidance that helps us avoid harm. Sign 5. Unexplained delays or rejections, leading to a better outcome. Explanation. A significant sign that Allah is protecting you from harm is when you experience delays, rejections, or situations that don't go according to your plan, but later you realize that these disruptions saved you from a harmful or undesirable outcome. In Islam, it is believed that Allah's wisdom surpasses our understanding, and sometimes what appears to be a setback is actually a hidden blessing. When things don't go as planned, whether it's a job opportunity you didn't get, a project that got delayed, or a trip that was canceled, it can feel frustrating and disappointing. However, over time, you may come to realize that this was Allah's way of protecting you from something harmful, or He had something better in store for you. These experiences are a reminder that Allah's plan is always for our best, even if we can't see it in the moment. Example. You may apply for a job or plan a major life decision, only for it to be delayed or rejected. At first you feel disheartened, but later you find a better opportunity arises that would not have been possible if you had moved forward with your initial plans. Perhaps the original opportunity would have led to burnout or an unhealthy work environment, while the new one aligns better with your values, offers more growth, or is simply less stressful. Quranic reference. Allah says in the Quran, "And it may be that you dislike something although it is good for you, or you like something although it is bad for you. Allah knows and you do not." Quran 2216. This verse reinforces the idea that what we perceive as a delay or rejection can actually be a form of Allah's protection, keeping us away from harm or guiding us towards something better. Sign 6. Feeling drawn to seek forgiveness and make dua, supplication. One of the most profound signs that Allah is protecting you from harm is when you feel an irresistible urge to seek His forgiveness or turn to Him in supplication, dua. These feelings often come during difficult times or after making a mistake, and they guide you back to the path of righteousness. When Allah is protecting you, He encourages you to seek His mercy and connect with Him through prayer and supplication. It's often in moments of struggle, loneliness, or fear that you may feel compelled to turn to Allah for comfort, clarity, and support. This inclination is a sign that Allah is guiding you towards the right path and keeping you spiritually connected to Him, which in turn protects you from further spiritual harm. Dua and seeking forgiveness cleanse the soul, purify the heart, and draw you closer to Allah's protection and mercy. This desire to seek forgiveness and make dua is a form of divine intervention, as it strengthens your connection with Allah and can prevent you from falling into actions or behaviors that could lead to greater harm. It's a reminder that even when we feel lost or uncertain, Allah is always there, ready to listen to our prayers and offer His protection. Example: imagine a person who is going through a period of stress or confusion. Suddenly, they feel an overwhelming urge to pray, ask for forgiveness, or simply talk to Allah about their worries. Even though they might not have been consistent with their prayers before, this moment of reflection is a sign that Allah is protecting them from spiritual harm by drawing them back to Him. The act of seeking forgiveness and making dua not only brings comfort, but also serves as a shield from negative emotions, despair, and uncertainty. Quranic reference: Allah says in the Quran, "And your Lord says, 'Call upon me, I will respond to you.'" Quran 40:60. This verse serves as a powerful reminder that Allah is always ready to respond to the supplications of His believers. When you feel compelled to turn to Allah in prayer or ask for forgiveness, it's a sign that He is guiding and protecting you, leading you to the relief you need. There you have it, 6 powerful signs that Allah is protecting you from harm. From unexpected delays to feelings of peace in the midst of chaos, every moment of guidance is a reminder of Allah's mercy and love. Even when things don't go as planned, or when we face struggles, remember, Allah's protection is always closer than we think. If you've ever experienced any of these signs in your life, know that it's Allah watching over you, guiding you, and keeping you safe from harm. And if you haven't noticed these signs yet, take a moment to reflect on your life and trust that Allah is always there, protecting you, even when you can't see it. Thank you for watching. If you've found these signs meaningful or helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the more we share these reminders, the more we can all grow in faith and understanding. May Allah's protection and blessings be with you always. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and keep seeking His guidance.